All right, Haley, thank you so much. Yeah, it's been an incredibly wet day on the Suncoast, record amounts of rainfall.
Yeah, I said it when I drove through it and I came into the newsroom. I said, this is the most rain I've seen in Manatee County since I've lived here in 30 years. And obviously, I'm here a lot when weather breaks out, but I was driving through it. And sure enough, it has been 5.76 inches at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport. That's a new daily record, surpassing the old mark set way back when, 1.82. So it really been. And then someone who's been living here for 20 years, near State College of Florida, 57th Street and 24th. Yeah. Says they had 10 inches of rain, 10 inches of rain by Bayshore High School, and that's the most he's ever seen in 20 years that he's lived here. So that's quite a statement when you think about it. And Ed Goff, who is a friend of mine who has this camera out at Anna Maria Island, also reporting. He has a weather station there. I just checked it. It's up past 7.5 now. 7.5 inches of rainfall at Anna Maria and more on the way. So you got the picture. The rainfall continues to set up to our south, and to the west of us, it's kind of pinwheeling in our direction. So it's not over yet. We've had our first big round today. I'd say we're through half of it. Hopefully we won't see a lot more, but I think we will. At least 4 to 6 inches possible through tomorrow and this evening and tomorrow. And you can see that that's a very large area of heavy rainfall. And guess what? It's headed right toward Anna Maria, Longboat Key, Bradenton, Palmetto, and places down the road. So the latest radar picture will show this, again, pushing in throughout the evening. Next couple of hours, expect a little bit of heavier rain. You get a little break now with light rain throughout these places like Palmetto, Bradenton, Bayshore Gardens. But look for all this to kind of work its way in through the evening hours, and some heavy rain near Nokomis and Venice with a few lightning strikes too. It's not a lot of lightning concentrated in one area, but you're seeing occasional lightning strikes with these cells as they continue to develop in this line. And this is the training we talk about. If these train over your area, you're going to see up to maybe 20 inches of rainfall in some areas. Not saying right now that's going to happen. Most of it's offshore right now, and we hope it stays that way, but it is working slowly off to the east. This is the rainfall last 24 hours, already over a foot just to the west of Pinellas County. Southern Pinellas County, 10 inches of rainfall. We mentioned that near Bayshore Gardens and State College of Florida. That too running around 10 inches, and the same goes true for the north end of Anna Maria. This, again, estimates, and this is needs to be adjusted. That's up past 7.5 inches now. And then offshore Venice, quite a bit of rainfall there, over 3.5 inches now in Venice. So the flooding is not over yet. Today it was mainly for some of the roadways, with the water rushing over the roadways, but with the ground saturated like it is, and if we get more of this rainfall like we saw earlier today, you're going to start to see a little bit more problem, especially with the Manatee River and the Manatee River to Myakka Head. On top of that, we could see some problems with a little bit more flooding near the coast, too. As far as that satellite imagery goes, you can see that energy continuing to work in our direction. It's now up to 45-mile-an-hour winds. It's moving off to the north-northeast. It's starting to pick up some forward speed. That's a good sign, making landfall as a possibility of a Category 1 hurricane with winds up to 75 to 80 miles an hour. But right now it looks like it'll be at 70. And that means right into the Big Bend area. Tallahassee could get some tropical storm force winds up to 50, 60 miles an hour. This will cause power outages, down trees as well over northeast Florida, as they're under a tropical storm watch at this point. We are not in that watch or warning for tropical storm force winds, as that real cone stays further to the north, and that radius of wind, at least the tropical storm force wind, stays well to our north. Now, rainfall predicted for the next 24 hours. This is for actually through Friday, still showing in excess of 4 inches in some places here along the immediate coast. So on top of the 10 we've already had, add 4 to it. If it falls in the right places, we could have up to 14 inches of rainfall for the whole storm total event. Now the wave heights also increasing, and I was out at Coquina, a lot of surfers out there taking advantage of the high surf, but again, you must be cautioned that the rip currents will be prevalent through tomorrow and possibly even through Friday. Seas already starting to build up there to 7 feet. Currently, it's 78. The rain at the airport and dew point at 74. The high today was below average because of the clouds and rain. It only got up to 80. Here's that record amount of rainfall for the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport, 5.76 inches today. And today isn't even over. It could end up possibly over to 6.5 inches before it's all said and done. Jacksonville 77, 74 now in Orlando, 85 in Miami, and temperatures all across the area, upper 70s, low 80s, and even some mid 70s. So we'll continue to see the system make its way off to the northeast and continue to see a lot of moisture and energy on the right side of it, known as the dirty side. So we'll see that activity at least through tomorrow, and possibly as I show this system making landfall up near the Panhandle, you'll see these little convergent lines setting up here, and once it's even up in Tallahassee, they still bring us a chance for showers through Friday. Some of that moisture working its way onshore, although I think we'll see a little less action beginning Friday, and then by the weekend things should start to calm down, getting back to at least afternoon and evening variety of storms. Not typical, like some people have said today was. Today was atypical, to say the least. And tomorrow could be the same, too, so I'd be monitoring the situation very closely if I were you as far as a business owner goes. South winds 20 to 30, actually knots. They shouldn't be feet. Seas running 9 to 11 feet. Rough conditions out there. Water temperature now at 83 degrees. And as far as the forecast goes, tides upcoming, which will be important. High tide at 134 and another one tomorrow at 103. Could see a little bit of coastal flooding. Mostly cloudy, occasional showers and thunderstorms tonight. Breezy tomorrow, 15 to 20 mile-an-hour winds, gusts as high as 30, and a high near 87 degrees. And the extended forecast does call for a return to the afternoon and evening storms, Scott, by Saturday and Sunday. And they'll still be around. Labor Day looking pretty good. Back to you.